So this is the jig for gluing up the cog wheel. Now the cog wheel was cut from this 1/2-inch plywood on a friend's CNC router table, but the limit of the router table meant we couldn't glue it up into one solid block and then cut the teeth out, so had to cut it out in thin sheets and laminate it up. Now to laminate it up, have these alignment pins that are actually welded to the table here, a clamping jig plate underneath, and these pins are going to hold the teeth in the right orientation. Now plywood's stronger in one direction, so I've actually numbered which pieces go on which ends, so that the orientation of the plywood with each cog plate changes back and forth, so the cog's stronger that way. So once all the layers are buttered up with glue, both sides, and there'll be 2 people doing this. I'll be putting glue on this side, my roommate will be putting glue on this side, and then it'll come over, go on, and once they're all on, so these other 3 will be on here too, this top plate goes on, an alignment pin gets hammered through all the layers, so it'll help align everything else along with these 3 additional pins. And then over here, and they're all greased up with lithium grease, these guys will go through all the way. See how this one only goes so far till it hits the table? I've got some spots here where I can get to the edges, and so I can get 4, or just start with 4 on these edges, get them tight, get the rest of these pushed in as far as they'll go, so this is all folded up with bolts, and the whole thing comes up off the table, turns sideways. These guys get tapped through the rest of the way so that they're sticking out the bottom, and then have these little square track nuts that will go on, and then use a power driver to tighten them all tight. Now 64 bolts that need to get drilled down in here. Now the glue I'm using is Titebond 2, which only has about an 8-minute working time, and we did a practice run last night and we had it down in 10 minutes on our first practice run, so we decided to go ahead and do it. And we didn't time for the actual one, just worked as fast as we could, and got the first half of the cog laminated up. But these 6 layers make the second half, and in between these 2 layers will go the drive plate that will actually be coupled up to the gearbox and the motor. But until that happens, we got to get these guys in place. So that's the next step on the pirate ship.